everyone, welcome back. My name is Dustinkreis, and today we are going to talk about the demo for the new Silent Hill game, just entitled PT. Just finally played this demo, and at once it is both the best and the worst I could hope for a new Silent Hill game. You know, I love the Silent Hill series, and every time there's a new game announced, I always get excited because we kind of live in an age where sort of pseudo-unsuccessful series just kind of disappear, and I always worry that Silent Hill is going to disappear because it is my favorite survival horror series. There's just something about the creepiness of it, and the emphasis over atmosphere and creepiness, over, you know, jump scares like Resident Evil does. And when they sort of announced this PT thing, you know, everybody was kind of, you know, what is it, what is it, what is it? And they announced that Guillermo del Toro and Hideo Kojima were kind of heading this thing up. The excitement got, you know, pretty crazy, and then it was revealed that this is a demo for the new Silent Hill game. And I was, you know, really intrigued because, you know, Kojima is a big world builder. Look at Snatcher and look at Metal Gear, and you can just see his attention to detail with worlds and things like that. And of course, Guillermo del Toro, with Pan's Labyrinth and The Devil's Backbone and things like that, is very good at creating the creepy. You know, there's the Hellboy series and Pacific Rim, that's kind of the big, you know, action stuff. But he is extremely good at doing creepy stuff. So I was really excited for this, but I also had some trepidation because Kojima is not the most, how do I want to put this? I was worried that this was going to get really kind of obtuse. And then, like, things came out about the different puzzles in the game, and it really started to worry me, you know. Hopefully that's just for this demo, because while PT has an amazing sense of atmosphere and overall creepiness, the puzzles are kind of infuriating because you just don't know what to do. And some people out there probably really enjoy that. But for me, I want to see, you know, what the game has to offer. And Silent Hill has always had sort of obtuse puzzles, but you can sort of figure them out. And looking into, first off, I did not get the final puzzle, and I didn't get the trailer. I had to look it up online. But looking up how to do the final puzzle, I'm just like, that's ridiculous. Like, it's just ridiculous, kind of obtuse, I don't know, stuff that, you know, I didn't even know that you could use the microphone on the controller for the game. And, you know, while that is kind of cool and brings a new level of immersion, it, like, didn't tell you at all that you could use the microphone on the controller for various things. So it's a little weird, you know. Hopefully when the game actually comes out, it does play a bit more similar to how the Silent Hills have played before, as opposed to this sort of first-person hallway crawler. It reminded me a lot of The Room, actually, which the Room segments were always the most interesting part of Silent Hill 4, I thought anyway, and really the creepiest. And I will admit there were certain times that I just got kind of creeped the hell out, and definitely the radio playing in the background is definitely, you know, a very creepy thing when this guy's, you know, just talking about this murder over and over again, and eventually he starts talking directly to the playable character. It's definitely something, I think it's free online, or on PSN. It's definitely something I recommend you guys check out, but it does have me a little bit worried about the new game, if the puzzles are going to be that ridiculous. And other than that, though, the level of creepiness is really bringing Silent Hill kind of back to what it used to be. And running around these hallways in this demo, it really brought that Silent Hill feel back to it, where it's just, you don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know if this is going to be a complete reboot of the series, or if it's just going to be another entry in the series. But it has me intrigued, but it also has me a little worried. And it's just, you know, me not being the biggest Kojima fan out there. I'm sure that's going to, you know, bristle some, you know, bristlesome butts or whatever. But you know, I like the Metal Gear series. I love Snatcher, but I'm not a huge Metal Gear person, and I don't know. I think they're going to do the series right, but at the same time, I'm kind of in a wait and see moment because this is exactly, you know, everyone's excited for this. This is the most excited people have been for a new Silent Hill game, but Kojima's involvement, it worries me just a little bit, and the demo, from the atmosphere and the sort of story presented within the demo, really intrigued me, but the gameplay kind of left me like, ooh, I don't know, you know, because it's a lot of, you know, trial and error, and it being a demo, I didn't want to spend an enormous amount of time on it. When it gets to an actual game, that might be a different thing, but yeah. I don't know, it like I said, it's sort of the best and the worst I could hope for, because they really nail the atmosphere, but the gameplay is just, I don't know, it just kind of annoyed me, and it kind of ruined the atmosphere in a way, because like there were certain times I just didn't know what the hell to do, so I had to look up a FAQ, and that kind of takes you out of the game, and you know, anytime you have to look up an FAQ in a horror game, it kind of ruins the tension that they're trying to build, because literally I was sitting there like running around pressing X on everything in the hallway and nothing was progressing, and then all of a sudden, you know, you look up and it says, oh, you're supposed to press R3 to look in the doorway, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, can, you know, something, you know, kind of clue you in on what you're supposed to do. And then of course I saw what happened, so it kind of ruined that scare, and it happened a couple times in the game where the demo, where I got to a point where I was like, what do I do now? You know, what do I do? And I had to look it up, and then you'd see what happens next on the FAQ, and it kind of ruined it. So, you know, I don't know. There's something to be said for just dropping you in the world and having you try to figure out, but there's another thing for when you're sitting there for like 10, 15 minutes not knowing what to do, and you're like, all right, I just want to get past this, and then it kind of takes you out of it, and it kind of makes you frustrated, and you're like, ah, whatever. Yeah, someone jumped out at me, great, let's just move on. So, hopefully, when they actually do the actual game, which I don't know when it's going to be, the trailer makes it look like it might be, you know, another third-person survival horror game like it traditionally is. But hopefully it's a little bit more player-friendly, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure someone will be like, dude, that was like the easiest thing ever, but, you know, whatever. But anyway, you know, that's sort of my thoughts on PT. It really kind of creeped me out in a few places, and then some of the creeps, you know, got ruined by having to look up to figure out what the fuck I was supposed to do, because I knew with Kojima's involvement there was going to be some kind of obtuseness to it, and yeah. So anyway, that's sort of my thoughts on PT. A very, very creepy, but it can be a little bit frustrating because you just have no idea what you're supposed to do. Demo for hopefully what's going to be a very excellent entry. I think with definitely with Guillermo del Toro kind of maybe running what the scenario is or something, it's definitely going to be a very, very creepy thing. And if the story of PT kind of plays into the new Silent Hill game, it's setting up something really good. So, at once, it is the best and the worst I could have hoped for the new Silent Hill game. So, anyway, that's sort of my thoughts on it. What did you guys think of PT? Did you actually get the final puzzle? Because I don't know what to do. I was just walking around through hallways. You know, how'd you solve it? How'd you figure it out? Did you have to look it up? Because a lot of people are having to look up how to figure it out. And just reading how you solve the puzzle, I'm like, how could anyone figure that out on their own? It's just one of those ridiculous things. But anyway, that's sort of it. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.